Hello, students. Today we will study the poem On His Blindness, written by John Milton. Myself, Divya Meena, Assistant Professor of Government Girls College, Sikandra. The poem On His Blindness is written in a form of sonnet. John Milton was one of the most greatest writer who was born in 1608 and died in 1674. His most famous poems are El Allegro, Second Penseroso, Comus and Lycidas. He wrote epics, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, and also a dramatic poem, Samson Agonistes. These three major works were written by him after becoming blind at very early age. In the mid span of his life, he became blind. Through this poem, he also expresses his pathetic condition after becoming blind. So, this poem is autobiographical in nature. Autobiography is description of one's poet's own life. So, this poem is sublime in tone and expresses the strong feeling of faith in the mercy of God. As he says that God he believes that those people who stand and wait for the order of God also serve God, as he was a firm believer of God and he became blind. So, at the starting of the poem, he asks that how he will serve God, as he was a religious poet and used to write poem in praise of God. Then he realizes that as he has become blind, so how it will be possible for him to write poetries in praise of God. But he himself denies his own thoughts and believes that everything is in God's hand, and there are a number of thousands of people who are serving God in this world. So everything is in the hand of Almighty God. Let us begin with the poem. This is written in the form of sonnet. I am going to recite the first stanza. When I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wild, and that one talent which is dead to hide, lost with me, useless. When I consider, when I think how my light is spent, light here refers to the eyesight, as the poet has lost his capacity to see. So he expresses his feeling that as he has become blind, ere half my days, ere means before half my days means He has lost his eyesight when he had hardly crossed half the span of his life. In the middle of his life, when he was approximately 31 years old, at that period of time he had lost his eyesight, so he expresses the feeling of sadness that before, in the middle of his lifetime, he has lost his eyesight in this dark world and wide. And as he has lost his eyesight, this world has become totally dark for him. And that one talent, which is death, to hide. And one talent here refers to his capacity and ability of writing poetry, the gift which was given to him by God of writing poetry in praise of God. So he said that as he has become blind, so how it will be possible for him to write poetries in praise of God, which is death to hide. His talent was only to be hidden by the death. When he would he would have died, then he would have given up writing poetries. But as he has become blind, so it is not possible for him to write poetry in praise of God. Lost with me, useless. Lost means which has lost means here kept, which has kept him useless. He has become useless because he is not anymore able to write poetry in praise of God. So this is all about the first quatrain of the sonnet on his blindness.